I'm Hung Kao, retired Navy captain. I spent 25 years fighting for Americans all over the world. I served because America saved my life and rescued my family from communism. I didn't fight for Republicans or Democrats. I fought for all Americans. Now, career politicians like Tim Kaine are putting party over country. After 30 years, it's time for something different. I'm Hung Kao. Freedom isn't free. You have to fight for it. I approve this message.
On today's Smart 7, Labour rejects Trump claims on election, US warns North Korea over troops in Ukraine, and lots more. It's Thursday, 24th of October. It's World Kangaroo Day, and happy birthday, Ray.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
As we enter the final straight of the US election, both Democrats and Republicans are going all out to close the deal. For Democrats, that means Obama, Eminem, and Bruce Springsteen appeal to male voters, while Donald Trump becomes increasingly random and makes wild accusations. In the last 24 hours, his former Chief of Staff John Kelly confirmed that Trump regularly talked about how Hitler was misunderstood, and Trump's campaign launched a formal election complaint against the UK Labour Party. The issue arises over Labour volunteers heading to help Kamala Harris, which outraged Trump, and his potential future Secretary of State, Richard Grenell, wasn't too impressed either.
We don't want to have foreign interference. We don't want to have any foreign interference in our elections. We certainly don't want to do it in other countries' elections. And so I think this is a pretty open and shut case. Don't interfere in the American elections and you won't be sued.
Nobody on the Labour benches seemed too worried, and at Prime Minister's question time, it was Battle of the Deputies as Angela Rayner faced Oliver Dowden, who was making what is presumably his final appearance as Deputy PM in advance of next week's Tory leadership result.
I will miss our exchanges. The battle of the gingers, the late nights voting.
This week has seen the government set up a new water commission. Its job is to consider options to fix the catastrophic situation with water companies in the UK. Since the firms were privatised, shareholders have seen payouts while the companies are struggling with debt and plagued by sewage leaks and poor infrastructure because of a lack of investment. One proposed solution was to nationalise the water companies, but Environment Secretary Steve Reed says that could be a costly error.
That is one thing that they will not be looking at. And the reasons are, first of all, it could cost up to £100 billion to buy out the current owners. And secondly, it would take years to unpick the current ownership model. And that would choke off investment and mean that water pollution would get even worse.
One option that could be on the table is the idea of forcing a sale by the existing water companies to firms who would run them as non-profits, which are run for public benefit. Wales Water operates under that system and is seen as a success. David Henderson is the CEO of Water UK, a body which represents water firms, and he says that they have made some progress.
We have apologised.
What have you apologised for then?
For failing to keep up with the public's expectation around this issue, particularly around sewage. The quality of rivers has improved. We have beaches up sevenfold in terms of blue flag status and excellent rating. Nitrates and phosphorus are about 2/3 lower than they were 10, 15 years ago. The quality of water has been improving, but not fast enough.
Wednesday saw Britain and Germany forge closer military ties as Defence Minister John Healey and German Defence Minister Boris Pistorius signed the Trinity House Agreement in London. The deal will see German firm Rheinmetall open a new artillery gun barrel factory in the UK, which could create over 400 jobs. The agreement will also see a commitment from Germany's Air Force to assist with North Sea patrols looking for Russian submarines. Even though Russia and the threat posed by them was the main focus of the deal, Minister Healey was asked about the ongoing conflict in the Middle East and the number of civilians killed as Israel continues combat in both Lebanon and Gaza.
The rate of civilian casualties in Gaza has been too high. We have always argued that the conduct of the conflict must be conducted in line with international humanitarian law. But we've also always argued that we stand fast with Israel's right to defend itself.
On Wednesday, the United States made its first official statement on the news that North Korea has sent troops to fight for Russia in Ukraine. US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, speaking in Rome, warned that his government would take it very, very seriously if troops from the DPRK were seen to cross from Russia into Ukraine. South Korea says at least 3,000 troops from the north have already shipped out, and they expect up to 10,000 may eventually travel, including special forces. The Kremlin has dismissed the story as fake news, and Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu was back to warning about the potential for nuclear escalation over Ukraine.
The growing involvement of Western countries in the conflict creates global risks. The desire to inflict maximum damage on Russia could lead to a direct military clash between nuclear powers. We cannot but react to these threats.
Still to come on the Smart 7, City and Liverpool pick up points and Tom Holland is getting ready to sling some web right after this. Welcome back. Wednesday night saw more Champions League action, with some of the big guns going head-to-head, including Barcelona and Bayern Munich. New Liverpool boss Arne Slot saw his side travel to face RB Leipzig, a team which will soon be under the watchful eye of new Red Bull football boss Jurgen Klopp, but Liverpool came away 1-0 winners. Pep Guardiola's Man City were up against Sparta Prague, and an Erling Haaland masterclass helped secure a 5-0 win, which made Guardiola a happy man.
The team is playing really good, and in the right moment we are going to punish them. We know, because we have alternatives, and yeah, really pleased for the momentum that we have with just 14, 50 players available, but it's what it is. We are who we are.
Tom Holland has been enjoying a little break from acting. In fact, he's had his feet up since 2023, after a busy run which included Spider-Man No Way Home and The Crowded Room. He's kept himself busy with some side projects, including a new alcohol-free beer he's backing called Beero. He's also just announced that he's joining Matt Damon in the cast of Christopher Nolan's new top-secret project, which is due for release in 2026. He popped up on The Tonight Show to chat about the plan for the fourth Spider-Man movie.
It's happening. Yeah, next summer we start shooting. Everything's good to go. We're nearly there. Super exciting.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You are so good.
The first series of Apple TV Plus's Severance dropped way back in 2022, when we were all still traumatized by endless working from home and Zoom meetings. Maybe that's one of the reasons that a show which suggested the idea of a medical procedure to separate your work life and home life was so appealing. Severance is also packed with star names including Adam Scott, Patricia Arquette and Christopher Walken, and it's directed by Ben Stiller. Now season 2 is finally on the way after a traumatizing cliffhanger ending, so let's see if the idea of no memories of work or home life still has the same appeal.
My wife.
She's alive!
Who are you people?
Welcome back, Marcus. Been a minute.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
At Leidos, a brilliant mind is smart, but a brilliant team is smarter. A ship that finds enemy subs is smart, but an autonomous fleet, that's smarter. Defending against cyber attacks? Smart. Stopping attacks before they start? Smarter. And using AI tools is smart, but integrating trusted mission AI into your technology is smarter. We're not just making technology solutions in national security and health. We're making smart smarter. Leidos.